2 here at the Holiday Hoopla in Columbus, Ohio. We've got a good one coming your way. Dublin Coffman with a record of 6-1, taking on Huber Heights Wayne with a record of 4-2. Hello, everybody. Travis Berardi, Hall of Fame head coach Greg Collins,
that never
recently
gets
inducted
old.
into the
that never gets old.
Ohio High School Coaches Hall of Fame, and two-time state championship coach, three-time Final Four?
Four-time.
Four-time Final Four.
Yep.
Twice with Mansfield Senior, twice with Lexington.
Senior high, right.
But we got a good one coming up.
Yep.
Two teams that are doing pretty darn good in their conferences and overall. Dublin Coffman 6-1, 1-1. Huber Heights Wayne 4-2, 2-2. And we saw what Hoban could do from the northern part of the state. Now we got a central and a southwestern set of squads that have high hopes this year.
Well, I think it's going to be a much different game than we saw the first game.
But the other Dublin.
Yeah, exactly. Where Hoban just dominated, especially in the second half. Today, I think we're seeing two quality basketball teams. You know, obviously, Dublin Coffman at 6-1, a 2-point loss to Olentangy Orange. Now, most people down here in Columbus think the two best teams in Columbus area are Westerville North and Olentangy Orange.
Yes.
Well, Coffman takes them to a 2-point loss, and their only loss, so they obviously played well there. They just defeated an always tough Gahanna-Lincoln basketball team. And then Huber Heights Wayne knocking off Centerville.
Yes,
Centerville,
that's a big one.
Over the last, 4, 5, 6 years, they just have to put on their schedule.
Yeah.
We're going to Columbus or Dayton to the Final Four. I mean, they are just a quality basketball team, and that was such a big win for Huber Heights Wayne. But I think, Travis, what we're going to see is a contrast in styles.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a Dublin Coffman team, which the little I've been able to get on Dublin Coffman, they're going to play more of a pack line defense. That is, they're going to protect the basket. They're really going to have all 5 guys guarding the basketball, if not guarding them directly, giving direct help. And then you're going to see Huber Heights Wayne that maybe it's going to give a little bit more pressure, full court, and try to get it out and go. So it'll be interesting to see who wins this strategic battle.
Well, Wayne wins the tip. And also, they started off the season against Afrocentric out of the Central District. They knocked them off 62-53 as well. And, I mean, Afrocentric might not be that team of the last few years, but still, an opening game win against them, also a good start for Wayne.
Yeah, a small school power here in the Columbus area. You're exactly right.
And speaking of that, the outside of Columbus teams leading 4-3 in the Hoopla standings with Hoban's victory earlier today. That 3 off the mark. Then a rebound to Coffman and Gabe Schmidt. And Coffman gets their first offensive possession of the game as Colin McClure starts things off.
Now for Dublin Coffman, you mentioned McClure. I just think he's an outstanding shooter. He can shoot off the dribble. Just an outstanding offensive player.
Man-to-man defense, pull-up jumper in and out. Rebound to Wayne. Both teams with a stop on their first possession. This is Miles Perkins. Works his way into the lane. Euro steps, kicks it left side to Michael Shackelford. And he gets it to fall.
And a great job attacking the closeout. We've seen so much of that this weekend. If you don't close out under control, good quality players are going to attack the basket. They just right there.
And there's a strip and a turnover. Back again comes Wayne. Just inside the three-point line. That shot a little bit short. Coffman gets the board. Back they come. This is Gabe Schmidt once again. Nearly turns it over. Turns into a three-point attempt that's short, and the rebound comes out the Caden post.
Now let's look at Dublin Cofman's man-to-man defense. It's a man-to-man with a lot of zone principles, and that is they're playing pack line. They're going to be mostly inside the three-point line until your man gets the ball, then they're going to go out and defend. But they're going to give a lot of help on the dribbler. They're going to try to keep the ball away from the paint if they can. That way Wayne gets to the hoop, but they don't get the shot to fall.
And you saw also 3 Coffman players in the paint. They play a lot of help defense as well.
That's what the pack line is all about.
Offensive board, put back, counted, and one. Colin McClure ties things up, and Coffman will have a chance to take the lead with the and one.
He's a quality offensive player. But, back to that defensive part for Dublin Coffman. That's the key, is they're not going to just rely on one guy guarding the ball. They're going to have the whole team help and then try to limit you to one shot.
Free throw up and in, and Coffman gets the lead on the Thomas More commit in Colin McClure, the 6-foot senior guard.
A GMAC team, Division II, D2 team out of Northern Kentucky.
Now, it's not just because I went to Division II Wheeling Jesuit, but D2 basketball, it's up there as well. I mean, you get your Division I play that's so high quality. It's Caden Post with a high-quality 3 there to give him the lead back. But Division II's got some very competitive basketball as well, Coach.
Well, you're talking about scholarship players.
Yeah.
You're talking some schools are going to be up to 10 scholarship players or maybe even 11. And, that is quality basketball, no question.
McClure just off the mark. Offensive rebound put back good for Thomas Cochran. He's got an offer from Pepperdine. He's got an offensive rebound and a putback, too, to make it 5-5.
That was just a good offensive rebound. He was out about 15 feet, but, he wasn't boxed out. So, hey, what the heck? I'm going to attack the boards.
Jay-Sean Price looking, gets it off to Shackelford. He'll drive it in the lane. Ball fake, puts it up, under, gets fouled. That's a great job drawing the foul, getting the defender up in the air, and then going into him.
Exactly. A good pump fake and right into the defense, getting the foul call, and chance to go to the free throw line and get a couple of the easier ones.
First free throw is no good, however, for Shackelford. We'll get our first substitution as Isaiah Thompson will come in. Shackelford, 6 of 8 from the line coming into this game, 75%, now 6 of 9.
Which tells me has not been to the line a tremendous amount of times, but
you wouldn't know that the way he was able to draw the foul there.
Exactly, to dribble, penetrate, right.
Down to 60%, 6 of 10. Look, I can do math, Coach.
Yeah.
Coffman with the game tied. Midway point of this opening quarter. Stone Clifton works his way around that arch.
Good post defense.
Can't get the ball. That is a great job by Wayne. Back they come. It was Shackelford to help on the defense. He kicks it left side for 3, and it's good for Miles Perkins.
And that was a tough shot by Miles Perkins. Off the dribble, elevated, knocked down a big-time 3.
He's got offers from Lourdes and Lakeland Community College. Back to Gabe Schmidt. He looks to answer just a bit off the mark, hit the front of the iron, and back will come Perkins.
And they're on the run.
Pull up for 3, had a little bit of a heat check there. Too strong. Stone Clifton with the board. Back comes Coffman, down 3. There's a spin by McClure, puts it up right side, won't go. And Perkins gets another off defensive rebound as he hands it off to Shackelford. He'll back it out. And Coach Nathan Martindale and company will reset their offense. Great pass inside. Referee's letting that go. Little out of control take, so he lets it fly. And back comes McClure, who does draw the foul.
And we've seen McClure do that a few times today already. Here he is, just puts his head down, goes right to the basket, protects the ball, and, hey, I'm either going to get a shot up or you're going to foul me.
Perkins called for his first foul. A 1-4 look on the inbounds. Got it in to Cochran, but he loses the handle. Second turnover on Coffman. Into the lane, just a Euro jump, puts it up, no good. And Clifton comes down with the rebound. Just a little bit of a out-of-control take there.
It is, but Dublin's doing a great job of limiting Wayne to just one shot each time down. Doing a good job of team rebounding.
Clifton into the lane. Offensive foul.
That was a good call. You could see the push off. He just puts his head down. Adam has it here in the replay. Push off with the right arm. We even call that in the YMCA in their own band league, you know? We call that foul.
That's his second foul, so he'll have to take a seat. And already we've seen 4 charges taken today in 1 1/4 games. And, you know, gotta love taking charges.
Oh.
That's the best thing you can do defensively.
Every coach loves it. Every coach loves it.
Wayne will try and take advantage of that. Perkins crosses over on the elbow, kicks it back out.
You can see there's one guy guarding the ball, and it looks like 4 other guys are right close to the paint area, close to an area where they can give help, cutting down penetration. He's able to get there but not get a good shot. Good defense by Dublin Coffman.
Almost a coast-to-coast take. Left side pull-up jumper's good for Thomas Cochran. He's got 4 points. It's 8-7.
And he's a sophomore, right?
That is
good
correct.
Touch. Good touch for a 6'6"
A sophomore
sophomore.
with an offer from Pepperdine. That's saying something about him.
It's a long way from home.
Deep 3, nailed it.
Well,
Caden Post with 2 threes here in the opening quarter. It's 11-7, and that was NBA range.
That was. And when you play pack line defense that Dublin's playing, they're going to give up some threes, some late closeouts. And, you know, that one was, as you said, just a downtown from a shot from.
Or as I like to say, downtown.
Downtown?
Downtown, and that's how we say it in Pittsburgh.
Oh.
McClure to the lane, and he takes it in. He's got 5 points. That's a nifty little take past his defender, and that's out of bounds. We'll take a look at the bucket right here. And just a little bit of the jump man look, too. Split 2 defenders, took it strong. It's 11-9 with 1 minute left in the first.
Nice move. He had his head on the, his eyes on the prize, kept his head up, eyes on the rim the entire time. And very nice move.
See if Coach Martindale and company want to take the final shot. At least for now, they want to. Now, is this something as a coach you wanted to do? See if you could hold it the final minute and get that shot off, or did you want to try and, you know, get a couple possessions out of that last minute?
Well, maybe not the last minute. You know, again, depending on the game, depending on the opponent and all that. But
what was the time under a minute that you usually said one shot?
If it was 30 seconds, was, you know, you want that. You want the momentum. You don't want to give anything at the end of a quarter.
You got that, though. Caden Post, 3rd three. Great ball fake. Dribble to the left, sets it up, hits it, and you want to see that instead of the last shot sometimes.
Well, yeah. I'll take that anytime. But if Drew doubled by holding the ball out front, Coffman came out.
Yeah.
Got out of their pack line, and Wayne was able to take advantage.
McClure at the buzzer, yes. So he answers. He's got 7, and your score after 1, it's Wayne 14, Coffman 11. We'll be back with the second quarter after this. Caught me eating some popcorn, folks, but back here for second quarter action. Travis Berardi, Coach Greg Collins. Get your popcorn ready, because this was a good first quarter we saw between two very good defensive teams, but also some very good offensive play against those defenses.
Well, you're right, and it's two good defensive teams that do it differently. We just saw Wayne getting a hand on the ball. They're going to be more out in the passing lane. They're going to try to make steals, get a hand on passes. Dublin Coffman not going to do that as much defensively. So, both teams playing man-to-man, just a little bit different philosophies.
There's a quick release, 3 left side, just a bit short, ball deflected out of bounds. It'll go to Wayne. So we just talked about the defense out there. Great start defensively for Wayne in the second quarter.
Well, and the key is put a little pressure on the shot, make sure you limit to 1 shot. Now they're spreading the court again. The last time they did this, it brought Coffman out of the pack line. They were able to penetrate more. Here they penetrate kick, don't get it, and I have a feeling they're going to continue to spread the court a little bit and see if Coffman will come out.
Here comes McClure. He had a couple nice takes in that at the end of the first quarter, but he turns it over, the 4th turnover on Coffman. Out in transition, that layup attempt missed, but Charlie Guth did not establish himself fully as he got that rebound from being out of bounds. You have to have both feet back in, as you'll see right here. Did he have both feet back in? I think his heel was on the line. That's a good call, and it'll stay with Wayne.
And if the officials want a video review, they're going to have to take the escalator up to us?
No, they will switch it around and say it was Coffman. But, hey, that's why you have multiple referees.
There
if you're
you go.
not sure, you talk it over, you get it right.
There you go. There you go.
I will say the refereeing has been pretty darn good here over the course of the last
consistent.
7 games.
Last night in our games, there were a couple, they really let them play, but it was the entire game.
Eurostep for Luke Mullenkamp.
That was a good take to the basket.
Strong take, too, because he muscled his way through one defender that tried to tie him up. It's 14-13.
Now, these players know each other a little bit. They scrimmage. These two teams scrimmaged a couple times during the summer. So there's a little familiarity between these players.
Offensive rebound, pass off balance will come back out, and Wayne with the offensive board will get another chance here.
I see Wayne's playing with like 5 guards, 5 perimeter players.
But not afraid to still take it in.
Well, exactly. They're trying to spread the court, stay outside the three-point line, and try to get to the basket, penetrate, if not for themselves, for a teammate. Coffman looks like they're going to set up a set, use a ball screen. Colin McClure is so good with the dribble.
Now down the side is Cochran, works his way back to the elbow, pulls up, just missed. And the rebound out to Dante Shivers. Dante backs it out.
Again, the lane's open.
And Price takes it.
And that's not Coffman defense. They, again, want to play more pack line, really get it in the paint, not give direct drives. Last couple of possessions, they've given up the direct drive.
Coffman down 5. Left side to Gabe Schmidt. Then out to Cochran for 3. That's off the mark. And another rebound for Wayne. Price will hand it off to Shackelford as they set up the offense with 4:40 left in the half, a 5-point lead.
See how spread out Wayne is right here? Spread out, trying to get Coffman to come out. You see they're well out of their pack line. Try to create some lanes to drive. That time, though, good on-the-ball defense, forces a tough shot.
No fouls whatsoever. The scoop doesn't go. The putback doesn't go. And Wayne out and running. Down the baseline. That's going to be a block on Mullenkamp, his first foul. Also a clean first quarter with fouls, only 2 on each side.
Well, this weekend there's been very few quarters where teams have gotten into the bonus. The officials have let you play, and as a former coach, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, the game, it's not like it was 30, 40 years ago.
It's not like
a little
the
physical.
Jordans and the Larry Birds where you're punching.
Well, it's not, yeah.
Kicking, screaming, no calls there. But
that sounds like the Jordan rules.
The Jordan, yeah.
They use a net now instead of that basket.
Yeah. But yeah, the bumps, the little bumps, the little.
Right.
I know they're trying to call more hand checks, but still, that play a little bit, they're letting it go because they want to flow.
Exactly. They want to flow, and if it doesn't hinder the play, then let it go, and don't punish a guy that is big and strong.
Mm-hmm.
And again, here we got Wayne spreading the court. Coffman is coming out of the pack line. It's opening up some areas in the paint.
Oh, what a crossover and a take to the hole in the finish for Shackelford.
You're right, all because of the offensive move. A crossover to the basket.
Largest lead of the game so far for Wayne. It's 7 points with 3:30 left in the half. What a back. And on the other end.
Same thing on the other hand. Behind the back, great move to the basket. Quick timeout by Coach Banks. And I bet you my dollar to your dime that he's going to talk about pack line defense or, listen, I know they're spreading the court. Let's still get into our principles, back protecting the basket. If they decide to hold the ball, which I just don't see Wayne doing, but if they decide to hold the ball, well, then maybe they'd have to come out. But again, this is why I want a shot clock.
Yeah.
All righty? With a shot clock, you don't have to abandon your principles, and think that the other team is just going to hold the ball for the last 3:28.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to play.
Yeah.
But I bet you we're going to see Dublin fall back and do a better job of not. I'm not talking about on the ball. On the ball, they're still going to guard the man, but off the ball, get in the protecting of the paint area.
So out of the Coffman timeout, Wayne leading by 5. Another behind the back kicks it, though. The left side, that inside-out game doesn't work at the moment as back comes Coffman, looking to get this back to one possession, but their 5th turnover will stop that.
They are good in transition. They do make good choices. Right then, it was a tough pass. Tough, difficult pass to connect on that one, and it doesn't work and it goes out.
20-15 the score with 3 minutes left in the half. Shackelford. He's got 4 points so far today.
You see number 4 there giving help. Number 2 giving help to the players right. There's good help right there.
And there is one of those hand checks that the referee's looking more for this season as Elijah Burns called for his first foul, second team foul of the quarter.
Travis, let me decide whether I like you or not. What's your view on the shot clock?
So I've been talking to coaches.
Uh-huh.
I think for some teams it would only affect them in late game situations. So I'd be okay with it. But I don't know. I'm still torn between it. I don't know. Really. We've had conversations on our podcast about this, and it's just
my view is that
it'll keep from the 2-0 games.
Yeah, but my view is the coaches that don't want the shot clock are the ones that also put the basketballs away at the end of June and say my job's done, which is baloney.
Yeah.
Your job's not done. Teach skill development. You have all year to do it. Spend the time in the gym. I know it's not easy.
Yeah.
But get in the gym and get everybody, not just your stud player. That's my opinion. If you talk to the better teams, the better coaches, I think to a man they all want it.
And you want it too?
Oh, jeez, by far.
I think it would I think it would make the games more interesting.
I think it would help with skill development.
Yeah. And get them even more ready for
Well, there's no
college
question
and
it would
yeah.
help. But, I mean, you're
What
talking
would you
about
give? What would you put on the shot clock?
Well, I would go
time-wise?
35.
35?
But, throughout the world, it's 24.
Yeah.
Even in Europe at the younger levels, they're playing 24, and I think that's great. And the team that I took to Europe last year, we played 24, and no problem at all. But I would start with 35. I mean, listen,
You're swaying me, Coach. You
the
are
whole,
swaying me. I
The whole
agree.
world has its
Yes.
shot clock
Uh-huh.
except for some states, high school.
Well, we also are the only ones with the metric system.
Okay.
We just do it differently in the States, Coach. What a pass inside,
Very
layup
nice.
good. Miles Perkins for 2. He has 5 points. It's 22-17.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're
Oh, good.
We're
Good.
We're
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Kick
Good
out
ball
for 3.
movement.
Just off the mark. That would have gotten it back down to one possession, but unable to hit.
And it's a big 130 left. I mean, it's a low-scoring game. Both teams like to play a little higher scoring, but a 5-point difference. Can Coffman cut into it here? Can Wayne increase the lead here late? Again, Coffman a little bit outside their comfort zone, at least from what I think is their comfort zone defensively, but they still can give help. But Wayne is comfortable with holding the ball a little
And
bit.
a trap by Coffman, a 5-second call.
Good.
Oh, no, we'll get a timeout. We'll get a timeout by Wayne. I saw the referee put his hand up like it was 5 seconds, but Wayne got the timeout before the 5-second call. And both teams have used only one timeout here today.
So 101 left, and they use the timeout because Coffman comes with a quick trap. But, I think Coffman is looking at it, and Coach Banks is saying, well, if I just stay back, they're going to hold the ball for the last minute one.
And this is where the shot clock will come in.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
that
is something I would like to see.
Yeah.
Another reason. You get the 2-for-1 situations. You
Exactly.
get that more
Yeah.
that chess
Yeah.
moves at the end of games and at
Right.
the end of the quarter.
Right. Exactly right. Exactly right.
And also, I think it would help all with the new rule of 5 fouls get you to 2 free. How are you? What are your thoughts on that?
I like it.
Taking out the 1-and-1 and just going 5.
I like it. I think it's just a matter of time before college men go to it. The college women have it.
Yes, they do.
But again, the entire world has that except for our college men. The entire world has a shot clock except for a few states like Ohio.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I have one more question. Advancing the ball to midcourt on a timeout. The college women
Yes.
did it.
Yes.
Back 2015, they started it. That's when I was covering Wheeling Jesuit.
Okay.
Doing streams, and that helped them win a game.
Is that right?
They had to go the length of the floor. They had the timeout. They inbounded from half court, hit a 3 at the buzzer, and won it.
There you go.
Coffman with a chance again to cut this to one possession. Tough shot, won't go. Offensive board, and falling to the floor. Tough luck. Eli Roscoe turns it over. But I would like to see that too. I mean,
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that add a little strategy to it. You're right. Yeah, the college women have it, right?
yes, they do.
Yeah, and of course, that's right. You mentioned that the NBA, I think, started that.
Yes, they did.
So, well, 21 seconds left. Coffman coming out, giving a little bit of pressure, trying to get some trapping.
And that's one dribble and kick. One dribble and kick, and it turns into a 3 for Miles Perkins, his second 3. He's got 8 points, down to 6 seconds. It's 25-17. Can Coffman answer? Step back 3 is going to be airballed. Rebound to Wayne, and that is how the first half will end, as they have their largest lead of the game at 8 points. We've reached halftime in game number 2 of the Saturday slate at the Holiday Hoopla. 25-17 in favor of Wayne. We'll take a break. Be back with some halftime stats here in a bit.
on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless, ruthless. This is the moment movies get based on. This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones, watch me fire up the songs. Let it burn 'em, burn 'em, burn 'em. Got the fire in the bones. Our desires, they become who we are. We go hard, giving up, no we're not. Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. Yeah, the first step is showing up, now we're here. Yeah, the first step is showing up, hear them cheer. Yeah, the first step is showing up, now we're here. We're blowing up, hear them cheer. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. Ruthless, ruthless. Give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless.
Back here for the halftime show. About ready for the third quarter action, but let's go over our halftime statistics and whatnot. Your score at the break, 25-17 in favor of Wayne. And Coach Wayne pulled away midway through that second quarter.
Right,
And were
right.
able to, really take off.
Well, I think they did a good job of forcing Coffman. And again, I don't want to just keep going over, but I think they just did a good job of forcing Coffman away from the pack line, away from helping off the dribbler. And Wayne was able to break down the man that was defending them, get to the basket, and either score or kick out for good looks. And,
Yeah.
I think Coffman's got to decide, right here at the beginning of the second half, are we going to do a better job of protecting? Yeah, Wayne might be more patient with the ball, or are we going to be more aggressive and just try to do a better job of guarding the ball one-on-one?
Major stat here, 5 threes made by Wayne, none by Coffman, 15 points. That's your difference right here at the break, 15-10. Coffman out rebounding Wayne. Turnovers, Wayne got the advantage there, 6-1. But
one turnover.
Yeah,
That's
very
you
good.
can't beat that.
As we get back,
And
the third
again,
quarter action.
right away, Wayne spreads the court. Kaufman comes out a little bit. Again, they're trying to give some help, though, if a man penetrates. And the question is, how patient would Wayne be? And I don't know the answer.
And they start off with a shackle for that and one.
And right away, I see Coach Banks. He's scratching his head and talking to his assistants. And
just too much space given up for him there on that
That
drive.
That is. And they're trying to defend some very, very good ball handlers. And they're getting to the basket. You can't get better looks than that.
Completes the three-point play. He's
Now,
got 7.
Now, with that being said, they also got to find a way to score down here.
It's been all McClure so far.
Yes, yeah.
He had 11 points in the first half.
And he is good with the ball in his hands. There's no question. They run a good set.
And the little fadeaway there will not fall.
You know, Cochran does a good job with a turnaround here. They just get confused on the matchup. But penetration, kick,
And
three-point
boom.
shot. Again, you're allowed them to get to the paint. They take advantage of it.
Perkins with 11. That's his third 3. Bit of a collision. Open 3 taken, but it won't fall.
And here we come on the run again. And you know what Wayne's going to do? Penetrate.
Couldn't get that one to fall, though,
Couldn't finish.
but it was a good look. That's an offensive foul easily right there. They'll be calling McClure's first.
Now it's just to the point we're just a little frustrated, and, you know, they're maybe going a little bit faster than maybe they're used to and making decisions that they're not used to making. But a 6-0 run by Wayne here to start the third period.
And a timeout, Coffman. So looking at Wayne's schedule so far, we talked about it a little bit. They started off a very good win on November 30th, 62-53 over Afrocentric. They then took out Hamilton 61-47, played Kettering Fairmont. Have you ever been to Fairmont High School? That gym is phenomenal.
Oh, it is.
It is
Yes,
a great. We were
yes.
down there for East Knox's
Tournament
regional
game? Yeah.
a few years ago.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
like a mini arena that
Yep.
they have there. Well, at Fairmont, they fell in double overtime 55-53, one of their losses. Fell to Miamisburg 66-56, but they bounced back 55-52 over a good Beaver Creek squad, and then Centerville's in our area,
Yeah.
but no, they knocked off Centerville, who is always a perennial power, 52-43. So after those 2 tough losses at Fairmont and Miamisburg, they bounced back very well, and they bounced back after that first quarter and lead a good 6-1 Coffman team too. So this is a team that's already been battle tested, and it's only going to make them better nonetheless.
Oh, there's no question. Like all the teams playing this weekend, they're non-league games. Hey, play the best talent you can. Find out a lot about yourself and your team, and they're able to do that. But Wayne has been able to make Coffman play their game, spreading the court defensively, opening up the
what a
lane,
move.
driving, and a great jump stop. Layup. Very nice one-on-one move. Wayne just has too many weapons off the dribble that you can defend just one-on-one. There's a seldom 3 that we've seen. I think the first one this half. And they don't get much out of it. And,
So
hey,
the PA announcer is saying that number 2 is Isaiah Thompson. They had him as number 5 on the roster. Yeah. They're saying Isaiah Thompson is number 2 now, so I guess I'll go with that instead of the freshman being number 2.
you know, I'll just tell you, Travis, last night we had a little confusion with numbers and jerseys, what they were really wearing, and which is a shame. And we apologize if we get the players' name wrong.
That nearly turned over, but it is saved, kicked, and then they do turn it over. That's the 8th Coffman turnover. And we said the threes were a difference, the turnovers as well. Wayne winning both of those categories thus far.
Exactly. You know, Wayne, they're playing how they want to play. Solid defense down at their end. Coffman struggling to score here. Now Coffman doing a little trapping. They just got to protect that basket.
And you know what? You never know what could happen. This could be a regional preview.
You never know.
Because this is Southwest and Central District squads right here. Either that or the way they go, maybe a Final Four preview. Because I believe just by how these two teams play, that's a corner 3 just off the mark. And we'll get a foul, a tough luck foul there against Price. That'll be his second. But
I will tell you,
these two teams, they could.
Yes.
I mean, they've impressed me thus far, Coach.
I'm not going to say, I agree. I'm not going to say no, but I'm going to tell you,
There's some other good
There
teams,
is
too.
not a tougher region than Wayne's Division I region down
Yes.
there.
The Southwest.
Centerville,
Yes.
who I know they've knocked them off.
Yeah.
Cincinnati Moeller. I mean, that's some great basketball. The winner that comes out of that, they've earned it.
There's a quick release corner three just off the front of the iron, no good. Price gets the rebound.
Nice pass.
And all the way up ahead, layup good for Thompson.
Great job of looking ahead, and I tell you, that's a pass that young man should play for the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, because they can't complete that pass.
Speaking of nice passes, Gabe Schmidt gets on the board.
Well, they're finally able to break down the dribble and, again, get a cutter. And you're right, good interior pass. But what, 10-2 this quarter? Too far and few between for Dublin right now.
That'll be a trip. We'll see who the foul is on. That'll go against Mullenkamp. That's his second. Team's third. So we may be in a bonus situation for the first time today here in this quarter, Coach.
It possibly could be.
Inbounds to Thompson. Just beyond the block. Muscles his way through. That's an offensive foul.
And you could see as
They
soon as
said,
he
even
caught
the
it.
referee said the shoulder. Watch the shoulder.
He lowered the shoulder.
Yep.
You see right here, lowered it and went right into him. Good call. But you could see as soon as he caught the ball, he kind of glanced to see where the help defense was. There wasn't any there, so he was going to go one-on-one.
And that's the thing. You don't need to do anything with the dip of the shoulder to get that separation. You can stay straight up and still bump without lowering and get that separation.
As soon as you lower the shoulder, that alerts the official.
It's just like in football where you extend the arm
exactly
against a defender.
Yep.
It's always going to be called for interference. Or a swipe down on a block attempt. You know, they're always going
Right.
to call that swipe
Yep.
even if it's a clean block.
They're just some movements that alert the officials.
Get the inbounds.
Coffman needs a score here. They need a basket. Be patient, get a lot of movement, getting a lot of cutters through the lane.
And that'll be a travel, and they won't get it.
And I think Colin McClure just forcing it just a little bit. Again, they're 6-1. They average 68 points a game. You know, they're not used to being behind by 16.
Nine turnovers for Coffman now. As we go under 4 left here, third quarter, 35-19. Inside, that shot from the baseline will not go down. And a rebound back out to Cochran. Cochran with the step back, hands it off. That's Gabe Schmidt who loses it. And out and running again is Wayne. Tough take by Price. He scores in a timeout.
That was started by the great look down the court. Nice pass, but you're right. Watch the contact. Nice left hand. Contact right there.
And what he didn't do, he didn't lower the shoulder there.
No, he didn't.
And that's why
He
there
didn't.
was no call, because he made that straight up contact.
He just went straight up. I mean, you do want to go into the chest a little bit
Yes.
of a guy, and,
But
and
if you
there is
dip, they'll
contact.
call it, yeah.
Exactly. And they're on a run this quarter, and Coach Banks, Dublin Coffman, is trying to figure out a way to get back into this second half. Wayne is doing such a good job, not just offensively, but defensively.
Yeah.
Offensively, they're in the spreading the court, and it looks almost like the old North Carolina four corners. But it's a lot more of just one player. When he has the ball, he's looking to go one-on-one and try to take his time, but beat the man off the dribble.
Yeah.
But defensively, they're giving Dublin a tough time. I think Dublin's maybe forcing it a little bit, but a tough time to score. But right now, Coffman needs to stop the bleeding and get a basket.
Coffman with one loss. We talked about earlier, 2 points to Olentangy Orange. But being pretty much handled right now by this defensive Wayne, who comes out with another rebound.
Not a, good maneuver out of a timeout. They go into Cochran, let him go one-on-one. Good move. He just doesn't connect on the short one, but, it's great job off the timeout.
And a great job breaking the half-court pressure to the wide open post.
It was, and it was wide open because Coffman not only trapped with 2, but they brought 3 guys to the ball. I don't think that's what they wanted.
And the quarter going the way that ball did, in and out.
Exactly.
It's tough for Coffman here in his third quarter, and kind of like what we saw with Dublin Jerome in the third quarter, letting things slip away. Crossover, kick out, left side. Does Post have his 4-3? You bet he does.
He had his hands ready. Great pass. Knocks down the open 3.
This has ballooned out to 23 points. McClure with the floater. He's bailed out. He'll go to the line as Isaiah Thompson called for the foul. Coming up next, there's Julian Washington. There's the Margaretta Polar Bears. They'll take on Johnstown Monroe, the final game that you and I will have here today, Coach, before Brian Skoronsky and Mark Bollinger take things over. First free throw missed by McClure, who has been held scoreless here in the second half. I'm really looking forward to this next matchup because Julian Washington has a chance to show off to more of the state in this game because he's a special player.
He is. He's someone that's in front of their defense, which gives him a chance to leak down the court. And I tell you, when he has the ball in an open court, that rim and backboard better be ready.
We may see some dunks. I haven't seen any dunks yet here. You guys probably had last night, but I have not seen any dunks yet here. So I'm looking forward to having that broken for me today.
Dublin deciding to go to a zone here, a 1-3-1 look. I think it's a good call. Let's try something different. Their man was not working. Coffman with a 1-3-1, and we'll see how patient Wayne is with it. Good trap.
And it always comes down to that guy in the back, and that's why McClure's back there, because he has to run both ways, and he does get a steal. So it works on this possession.
Great job. Oh, pass
he gives
just
it right
not
up.
there.
Post gives it back up to Thompson. 1 minute left third quarter, 22-point Wayne lead. Shackelford gets around in the lane, floats it up and in.
Nice little floater there.
He's got 9 points. It's 44-20. McClure on the other end. He'll try driving, gets past the defender, puts it up and in. His first field goal of the second half.
He really had to work for that.
And that's just good second half adjustments by Coach Martindale and company to really limit him.
Well, you're right. You're right. Defensively, they've done a real nice job making him work for everything.
And a good take by Thompson there will get him to the free throw line.
You talk about teams will chart different statistics. Most teams will chart how many times your team can get to the paint, how many times the opponents can get to the paint. That doesn't mean we chart only when you get to the paint and score, but just getting to the paint makes the defense collapse, works on the defense, and Wayne is just living in the paint today.
Misses the free throws, and Coffman comes out with the rebound.
20 seconds left, chance to
Both
set it up
teams
to
in the
get one
bonus
less.
as well, but that's not going to matter in the last 10
I don't think
seconds.
it's going to here.
McClure, 5 seconds. He'll try the drive, step back, won't go, and a foul at the buzzer.
There it is.
That's going to be free throws. We're
in
finally
the
going to have a bonus.
Yes. I think it was before the horn.
I do too. I heard the whistle, then the horn. Foul will be on Shackelford, his second. And with the zeros on the clock, Cochran will go to the line for 2 free throws to try and get this back to 20 points at the end of 3. So, at least for me, for the first time in the hoopla, we will have the bonus.
Well, players are confused. There's no time on the clock. Why do we have to line up? I don't know why they have to line up. Unless they're saying there is.
And I think he is saying put time on the clock as he's over at the scores table. It'll be 2.2, I'm guessing. 20 on the clock right now, but I'm going to guess it's 0.2 or it's less than 2 seconds. It's got to be 0.2.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's less than 1 second, but.
I mean, that may be something to where.
Here's replay right here. Boom.
And there we go. It is 0.2. So that's enough for just a touch of the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get a tip in, but there's
nobody there to tip it in.
Nobody there to tip it in, yeah. Which you may say, hey, somebody line up there so we can get that. First free throw is good.
Or you say, hey, Thomas, just knock them both down, will you, buddy?
Yeah.
Thomas Cochran, 6'6" sophomore. Boy, he's got some long arms. He's got a wingspan.
Nothing but net makes them both. And that will do it for quarter number 3. Wayne, with a 19-7 quarter, has pushed this out to 20 points as we head to the 4th.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless. This is the moment movies get based on. This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones, watch me fire up the songs. Let it burn 'em.
Back-to-back quarters where Dublin has scored single digits, and you can't play against good teams and score in the single digits.
6 in the second, 7 in the third. As we begin the 4th, they're down 20. McClure trying to cut into that, can't get it to fall. Rebound out to Wayne. But they turn it over, and the layup for McClure goes in.
Yeah, you can see the Dublin kids are going to fight right there. McClure just fights for the second chance. They come up on a tough man-to-man. They're back to the 1-3-1 zone. I thought that worked well the little bit they were able to play it.
Did get a turnover out of it at the end of the third. And now Wayne playing a little keep away here. And that's what you can do against a 1-3-1, up 18. And as we talked about earlier, this is where the shot clock could come into play, right, Coach?
Exactly. This is one area I'd love to have it.
That's knocked out of bounds, and Coffman does get a stop.
So Coffman scores 2 in their first possession of the quarter. Now they need to get a string of some points here.
As the great Joe Baylog would say, hey, you get a score, a stop, a score, a stop, a score. You're right back in this.
Is that it? Well, what do we call 3 stops in a row?
A streak?
Well, we call it a kill.
A kill, okay.
It's called a kill.
We get volleyball terms in basketball, Coach?
Is that right? Well, that's true.
Kill.
There is
That's
kill there.
Kill,
yeah,
that's the points they get,
Yeah, why invent something? Just steal it from some other sport. Yeah. But a kill is, a lot of teams chart that, and that's 3 stops in a row. And if you can get multiple kills.
I did not know that. Is that on one of the charts that you put up game by game?
Oh, yeah.
Kills
wanted to
like
chart kills.
Spikes, blocks, sets, assists. Well, there's assists in volleyball.
Well, is that right?
Yeah, blocks, assists.
Okay.
There you go.
But we don't have any turkeys. We don't have a turkey in basketball.
Well, that's bowling.
Okay,
yes,
we don't have turkeys.
We actually will be streaming bowling on the OH.Report, the KMAC Championships.
There you
folks
go.
Are interested in that.
And here we go with Wayne spreading the court. I'd be interested to know how much Wayne has done this year. Spreading the court, making teams come out. Nice shot, I tell you.
5 threes for Caden Post.
Do you think he feels comfortable on the left corner?
In this arena?
I think,
absolutely.
Oh, I tell you.
And McClure just created that foul against Jay Sean Price. So you take a look at the 3 by Caden Post.
McClure, Dublin, they're still battling. That's why they're 6-1. But they're well under their average of 68 points a game, and you got to credit Wayne for their defensive effort.
They beat Jerome 48-30, Beechcroft 73-50, Woodward 94-29. That's missed and rebounded by Wayne. Lost to Orange by 2. Then they beat Hilliard-Davidson 64-52, Dublin Scioto 71-50, and then they beat Gahanna Lincoln 51-50. So they have won the first round of the Dublin City Championship by knocking both of their rivals off. That jumper just a bit short. Ball bouncing around. It's taken back. It's an offensive board for Coffman. They needed that 3. Stone Clifton gets his first bucket of the game. The Ohio Wesleyan University Capital offered player. Makes it an 18-point game with 5 minutes remaining. They'll take a timeout. And yeah, you're going to need a couple more of those 3s to drop to even have a chance at thinking about a comeback.
Well, exactly, and especially when you consider at the other end of the court, Wayne is spreading the court and passing the basketball, and I think Dublin's doing a better job in their 1-3-1. You know, when this game's over, they might look back and say, geez, we should have gone to it a little bit earlier. Mm-hmm. But hey, we all have hindsight is perfect. But they need to get some stops, and you just want to chip away. Just keep battling.
Yeah.
Again, it's a non-league game. You're finding out a lot about your team as they progress this season, as they progress in the tournament. They're going to be playing teams that are very good off the dribble, like Wayne is.
Yeah.
And they'll come back and say, hey, you know, we're going to have to adjust some things, change some philosophy here, and go about it. But Wayne has just done a great job of attacking Dublin defensively, gotten them out of what they really feel comfortable doing.
This is game 2 of 6 today. Game 8 overall. Next up, we will have Johnstown Monroe taking on Margaretta. Myself and Coach Collins will call that one. And then we'll have Brian Skronsky, Mark Bollinger take over for the final 3 at 4:45. Westerville South, Lutheran West. 6:30, Westerville Central and Lakota East. And then the nightcap, as that'll be a jump ball. It'll stay with Huber Heights Wayne. And the nightcap, St. Ed's taking on Pick North. That should be a good one as well. And then I'll be back for my final 3 games that start off the final day on Sunday.
Well, last night, St. Ed's had a great comeback to beat Pick Central. Now they get Pick North.
McClure gets his 7th point of the second half. It's a 16-point game. Thompson, he'll drive the lane, open look, layup good. They get it back, and we'll get a timeout by Wayne. It'll be a full timeout with 4:12 left. Coach, when you were back on the sidelines, did you like invitationals like this? Did you like taking your teams? What was the best one that you went to?
Well, the best one we went to is between Christmas and New Year's. We traveled down south and played in the Arby's Classic. So we were able to play teams.
They have the meats.
The what? They did. They served. After the games, they let the players and coaches go through, and you got to eat cold Arby's sandwiches. But it was just a lot of fun. We got a chance to play a team from Anchorage, Alaska.
Wow!
In our first game, and then our second game, we played a team that I was familiar with. Strange, but from Rimini, Italy.
Oh,
that was kind of neat. And then finally, the final next year, we brought Rimini, Italy over for a regular season game.
Wow!
Now, they weren't ready for our officiating, so that was a real big advantage for us.
Which team was this? Was this
Italy?
Mansfield
Senior.
Mansfield Senior.
Mansfield Senior. Yeah.
That's great.
So yeah, these are great.
Would you have brought your team down here for the hoopla?
Oh, no question. If they would have invited, oh yeah. I mean, this would have been great against some great Columbus talent.
And also, it gives them, as they almost get the steal here, Coffman. Wayne breaks it, but the way the venue's set up too, it's kind of like a college arena. It's like a UD arena where there's no wall 2 feet behind the hoop.
Exactly. Yeah, this you mentioned earlier. I think it might have been off air, but it's great for tournament prep when you do go to a UD arena or you go to any college.
We'll call that a pass.
Well, I think he wants it to be an assist.
Yeah, got to give it to assist, right? Didn't hit the rim or anything. He knew he was back there. Thompson. Selfless play, gives it the post to finish off. That's just how Wayne's been playing all day, Coach.
They play with 5 guys that can handle the basketball. And they're unselfish, and they can dribble penetrate.
Scoring now picking up here with 3 minutes left. Perkins falling out of bounds, gets the timeout with 2:56 remaining. And, yeah, this is just the way this area, this is set up inside the Battelle Grand Hall. Very, very long behind the hoops.
Yeah,
it changes your sight of view a little bit.
Well, it does, but I'll tell you what's disappointing to me is, we have a fair crowd here. They're all around. It's a bowl, so they're in the end zones as well as the sidelines. I realize Adam, our producer, keeps telling me, well, it's Christmas break, and I realize that. But, if you're a basketball junkie, especially if you live in the Columbus area, golly, what better venue to come to and see so many good basketball games. There should be more people here, and I think maybe if they do it in continuous years.
This is the first year, so the word's still getting out.
Right. I think you're going to see the crowds pick up. As far as college coaches, well, they've got lives also. It's the holidays, and they've got their teams to coach, but if they could get here, and I know there've been a couple here, it's just tough, but they're evaluators here, evaluating all the players, and they're going to let college coaches know. So just a great setup they have.
Caden Post, 12 points.
Now, I don't think
the second half.
I don't think the city of Dublin is going to say that it was a great time down here. Back-to-back games where they just have been outmatched.
But you have to find ways to get better and find reasons of how you get better against good competition.
Exactly.
You can always come out, like we said in the first game with Jerome, there were some sets that Coach can come back during film and say, this was very good. This is what we need to do more of.
Right. And they know exactly. And, For here, again, let me say that these two teams have a little familiarity with each other. They scrimmaged, whether it was a shootout or at camps, I'm not sure, but they saw each other last summer, so they kind of knew what to expect coming in, at least player personnel-wise.
That rebound is deflected.
But what you like to see when the game's is decided, but the kid's playing hard, and they are playing hard. That just shows you that the coaches of both teams, they have their teams. They have the players' respect.
Got a foul on the other end. McClure called for it. That was a good foul. Almost got all ball, but it will send Perkins to the line. He has 5 points in the second half. Misses the first, however.
Now, I've been impressed with Wayne. Actually, I'd have to ask Adam for the 3 games that we had last night and 2 games today. They might be the best team I've seen. Now, I didn't see the first 3 like you did, Travis.
I would say,
But
I would agree with you.
because
the 3 teams you saw last night were better, I think. That's an offensive board off the McClure miss. Three in the air off the front iron, another offensive board. This time it's Cochran. Just with a little underhanded swipe. Cochran with his first field goal of the second half. It's an 18-point game, under 90 seconds left. So Wayne, a resume-building victory, to say the least. They'll move to 5-2, and that's a beautiful pass inside. Sante Jones coming in, gets his first bucket.
5-2, but 3 straight wins against 3 quality opponents. So, yeah, getting momentum here at the end of 2024.
McClure adds to his total. He leads all scorers with 23 points. Caden Post at 21.
It looks like Dublin, at least tonight, was really a McClure, kind of, he has to make things happen for him.
Yeah.
Whether it's scoring, which he can do, but struggled tonight, or whether it's distributing. I know that
he got his. It's the other players around that Wayne really focused on. Might be one of those game plans where we'll let him get his own. It's everybody else that we will try and really shut down to take advantage.
Well, that might have been it, but he had to work to get those too. I mean, they really defended him hard. They were physical with him. He's going to be sore tomorrow.
So out of the timeout, 59.8 left in this one. Only thing left to be determined is the final score. That pass ahead, nearly stolen. Shot is short. Coffman comes out with it.
I think back to this basketball game, and I don't know if nice
offensive foul.
Yeah, nice defensive set there. Here we see it, steps in to help. Great job giving up your body. But I think back, and I don't know if Wayne scored a basket inside the three-point line, outside the paint. Everything was either at the basket or a kick to a three-point shot, which you're seeing so much of in today's basketball. But
that's the game now,
yeah,
inside
exactly.
out, like you said earlier.
Nothing in, as we see the court right here, nothing in the orange area.
trap near steal, but Wayne breaks the 10-second line. Down to 30 seconds. Nice pass inside, and the bucket is good. Alfonso Ward Jr.
That was a nice feed to him, and he must be a team favorite because they all stood up and cheered on that.
6'7" junior. Final 4 seconds. And Wayne, a big victory over Dublin Coffman. They win it by 20, 62-42. We'll take a break and be back with our MVPs, one from each team, in our MVP segment after this.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, you know we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant.
team MVPs for game number 2 on this Saturday at the Holiday Hoopla. First from Dublin Coffman is Colin McClure, a game-high 23 points. First of all, congratulations on the MVP honors.
I appreciate that.
Losing effort, but you guys are still 6-2 on the year. Just take me through your game. It looks like you are comfortable with the drive to the hoop, no matter how tall the guy is ahead of you.
For sure. I just credit that to my guy, David Dennis. I work with every day, finishing and all that. It helps me to just be a better finisher and be able to finish on pretty much anybody.
You guys, still 6-2. This was a good test for you guys. Out of conference, you didn't get the win, but still you played against a very good team that can help you guys get better moving forward.
For sure. We knew Wayne's a good team, very fast, physical. We knew what they brought to the table. We played them twice in the summer, had a couple good battles with them. So it was good to see them again. Not the result we wanted, but they played a good game.
Would you like to see them once more again, maybe in a regional or something like that in the tournament?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was a good battle. And speaking of tournament, this is like a tournament atmosphere. It's an invitational, but you're out here in this grand hall. It's a bigger venue. It's kind of like something that you would see in a UD arena or a college for a state semifinal. Just how was that playing out there on a unique venue like this?
It was good. It was a much different than the normal courts during the year. But a great event, great venue.
All right. Lastly, Colin, as we always do at the OH.Report, if you look into the camera and give as many people as you want to shout out, go for it, my friend.
Yeah, I want to shout out David Dennis in the gym every single day, helping my game grow and improve. My dad for all the mentorship, and then lastly, my whole family, my little brothers, sister, and then obviously my mom's a big impact. So
gotta love mom.
That's great, and my obviously my coach, Coach Banks at Dublin Coffman. So that's
absolutely
great.
Now you won't have to run that you mentioned him.
Yeah.
Hey, Colin, thank you very much as we welcome in our Wayne MVP. Thank you very much, Colin. It is Caden Post. He is the second leading scorer of the game, the leading scorer for Wayne. 21 points on the day, and welcome in Mr. Post. Congratulations on the MVP honors. 5 threes. Is that what you like? You like that corner three?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. What do you like it better taking that, or you like driving? What's your game like for the people that don't know you?
I kind of want to do a little bit of both. I don't want to just come off as just a shooter. I kind of be more of a threat inside and outside. But for the most part, I kind of want to be seen as a guy that can take it inside and shoot threes.
What's to say about your team, though? You guys, as we could see throughout the game, able to drive it to the hole, but then having players like you outside. Seems like you guys are a complete squad, having that inside game, but then opening up for threes, because you guys had a total of 8 threes in the game.
Nice. Basically, we knew they were going to come down every time we drove, so we just jump stopped, came to 2 feet. We knew they were going to close in, kick it out to our guys that can shoot, and hopefully we just pray that they knock them down.
You guys on a 3-game winning streak after losing 2 tough games. You beat 3 good opponents. How's that feel going into the new year, getting wins like this, especially a win in a venue like this and an invitational to get you guys reset and ready for the second half?
It's just been stacking up our confidence with these wins. We just want to make sure to stay humble and not be satisfied.
All right. Finally, as we always do with the OH.Report, if you look into the camera and give as many people as you want to shout out, go for it, my friend.
I just want to shout out my mom, my grandparents, my uncle, pretty much my whole family. I mean, there's always at least 1 or 2 family members always coming to my game to support. So I really do this for you guys. So love you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Post, today's Wayne MVP, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Back here to wrap things up for game number 2 on a Saturday, game number 8 overall at the Holiday Hoopla, the inaugural Hoopla. So we take a look at the final stats. 20-point victory for the Warriors, and one of the main reasons, 8 threes to 1 by Wayne. It was 18-16 inside the paint, coach, but that outside presence, and as Mr. Post told me, they knew that the Shamrocks were going to come in on their drives. They wanted to kick it out, and he had a very good game because of that.
I guess so. He just spotted up, and it seemed like every time he was in the left corner, he might want to cut that part of the floor out and take it with him back home. But, you know, he does a great job of getting his hands ready and then just stepping in and shooting it. And you know, what can you say about Wayne? They're a quality basketball team.
Yeah.
They play, I think they're a very well-coached basketball team, and you better have some athletes, you better be skilled, and you better be well-coached to compete in the conference that they do.
Yeah, 62-42, a good win for Wayne. And Coffman, they're a good team as well. It's just
They are.
You know, they were off on some shots today, just faced a very good defensive team, and that's something they can build off of when they go into their next game on New Year's Eve.
Well,
against Westerville South.
Yeah, exactly. And they also play in a tough conference, and the entire OCC down here is great, and you know, they're having a great season. Yeah, there's no question in my mind we did not see the best today of Dublin Coffman, but they're going to have better days to come. But as you said, it just gives them more film on what they need to work on.
Wayne finishes the December part of their schedule with a 5-2 record. They will take on Springfield at home on January 3rd at 7:30. That'll wrap things up for game number 2 of the day. Coach and I will have one more coming your way in about 15 minutes as Julian Washington and the Margaretta Polar Bears take on the Johnstown Johnnies, 2 teams that people know of on the OH.Report, and now you guys will at the Holiday Hoopla when we return from the Columbus Convention Center. We'll see you then.